The river nearly claimed us. The current pulled like the hand of some unseen god, cold and merciless, dragging us beneath again and again until breath itself became a memory. Evelyn's grip on my hand was the only tether left in that black torrent, the only proof I had not already slipped into Robert's realm of the dead. When at last we were spat onto the far bank, coughing water, our bodies were ragged wrecks. Evelyn lay flat on her back, gasping at the stars above as though seeing them for the first time. My chest burned, each breath scraped raw, but when I turned to her and found her still alive, the fire in my lungs felt like a blessing.
"They'll think us drowned,"
she whispered between coughs. "Let them," I said hoarsely. "It buys us time." The days that followed blurred into a strange half-existence. We moved by night, hiding in barns or abandoned sheds, stealing what bread and water we could. My revolver never left my side. Evelyn carried Robert's letter tucked against her chest, the ink smudged but legible still, like a heartbeat pressed into paper. We were fugitives, yes, but also pilgrims. Pilgrims to the truth Robert had died uncovering. At last, weary and half-starved, we reached St. Louis, the rail hub Robert had marked upon his map. The city in 1871 was a roar of clamor and smoke, its streets teeming with wagons, carriages, and men with faces blackened by soot. Factories lined the riverfront, belching steam and fire into the sky. This was the East's pride and the West's gate, a place where the future itself seemed hammered out upon anvils. It was here, Evelyn told me, that Robert meant to bring his proof. And it was here, I realized, that Ashcroft's reach extended deepest. For every man who hauled coal or iron, another wore a crisp coat and kept ledger books closed too quickly. We had no allies, no safe harbor, only the journal of my notes, Robert's letter, and the words Evelyn herself carried like fire upon her tongue. One evening, as we huddled in a tavern room barely larger than a coffin, Evelyn unfolded the map once more. Candlelight flickered across her face, hollowed by hunger, yet still luminous with resolve.
"Thomas,"
she said softly,
"when Robert first wrote to me of this, I thought it the ravings of a restless man. He was always chasing corruption, even where others saw none. But now..."
Her hand trembled slightly as it hovered above the map.
"Now I see what he saw. A kingdom, forged not with crowns but with rifles. And if it takes root, what hope will remain for the law? For justice?"
I studied her, the weight of her words pressing against my own doubt. "Then we tear it out before it takes root." She looked at me with sudden intensity.
"You speak as though you were bound to Robert by blood."
I hesitated, then answered quietly, "No, by debt. He once saved my life on the Mississippi line, dragged me from beneath a collapsed trestle when every other man ran. I swore to him I'd return the favor, though he laughed it off." I met her gaze firmly. "This is my oath, Evelyn, to him, to you." Her eyes softened, and in that silence, I felt something unspoken pass between us, something more than duty, more than survival. The storm broke 3 nights later. We had slipped into a warehouse on the waterfront. Guided by whispers Evelyn had coaxed from a dockhand with more conscience than coin. Inside, lanterns burned low over stacks of crates stenciled with false labels, agricultural tools, timber supplies, spare parts. But when Evelyn pried one open with the edge of a crowbar, the truth gleamed back at us. Rifles, dozens of them. A voice thundered behind us.
"Step away."
We froze. Colonel Ashcroft stood framed in the doorway, flanked by his men. His gray hair caught the lantern light, his eyes cold and certain.
"I knew the river hadn't claimed you,"
he said, his gaze fixed on Evelyn.
"Hartwell blood is too stubborn to drown."
Evelyn straightened, though fear flickered in her eyes.
"You murdered my brother."
Ashcroft's expression did not change.
"Your brother was a traitor to his own people. He sought to deliver the West into weakness. I did what was required."
He gestured to the rifles.
"This is strength, this is the future, you cannot fight it."
I raised my revolver, though outnumbered 10 to 1. My voice shook with fury, but not fear. "Your future dies here." Ashcroft smiled coldly.
"No, Mr. Avery, yours does."
His men surged forward. What followed was chaos. Gunfire cracked, echoing against the iron walls. I fired until the chamber clicked empty, then swung the revolver like a club. Evelyn hurled a lantern, flames bursting across crates, smoke curling thick and fast. Ashcroft shouted for his men to save the weapons, but the blaze spread hungrily, devouring the false kingdom he had built. Evelyn and I fought our way through smoke and fire, lungs searing, until at last we burst into the night air. Behind us, the warehouse roared into an inferno. Men scrambled, shouting, cursing as rifles exploded in the heat. The sky itself seemed to burn. But Ashcroft emerged too, his face blackened, his eyes burning with hatred. He raised his pistol at Evelyn. I threw myself between them. The shot rang out, searing pain ripping through my side. I staggered but did not fall. Evelyn caught me, her cry sharp as the flames. I lifted my revolver once more, though my vision swam. Ashcroft sneered, raising his own weapon for the killing blow. Then Evelyn acted. With a strength born of fury and grief, she seized a burning timber from the ground and drove it hard against Ashcroft's chest. He roared, stumbling back, flames clinging to his coat. His pistol fell into the dirt as fire consumed him. And just like that, the would-be king of the West was nothing more than ash. We escaped into the night, the fire behind us painting the river red. I half stumbled, half walked with Evelyn's arm around me, blood seeping hot into my shirt. Each step was agony, yet strangely, I felt peace. For Robert, for Evelyn, for truth. Weeks later, when I awoke in a doctor's boarding house, the world had already shifted. Evelyn sat beside me, her hand in mine, her eyes rimmed with sleepless circles.
You lived,
she whispered, relief breaking her voice. Barely, I rasped. She smiled then, weary but radiant.
The papers carry the story now. Not all of it. They cannot know the full rot we saw. But enough. Ashcroft's warehouse is burned, his men scattered, his designs ended. They call it an accident of fire. But the rifles are gone, and his dream with them.
And Robert? I asked softly. She pressed the folded letter to her chest.
He is vindicated. His words will not be forgotten.
We remained in St. Louis through the winter, my recovery slow, Evelyn's resolve only deepening. She spoke often of carrying Robert's cause eastward, of warning those in Washington who still believed the frontier was only wilderness and opportunity. As for me, I had no illusions. The darkness we struck down would rise again, under new names, new uniforms. But for now, the storm had broken, and the light of morning belonged to us. Evelyn and I walked the riverbank one evening, the air crisp with frost. She slipped her hand into mine, not in fear this time, nor in grief, but in quiet strength.
Thomas,
she said softly.
Do you believe it's truly over?
I looked out at the river, its endless current carrying ashes and memory alike. No, I admitted. But I believe we've given history a chance to choose rightly. And sometimes, that is enough. She leaned her head against my shoulder. For a moment, we stood in silence, two weary souls bound by loss and survival, yet tethered still to hope. The river carried on, as it always had, and though sorrow lingered, though Robert's absence would forever ache, I felt something stir within me, not peace, but purpose. The story was not finished, but neither were we. Months later, the newspapers reported new legislation in Congress, a push to regulate arms shipments along the railroads, citing recent accidents and concerns of unlawful stockpiling. The name Ashcroft was never printed, his ambitions erased from official record. But I knew, Evelyn knew, and perhaps one day history would know too, that a quiet fire on the St. Louis waterfront had saved the West from a kingdom of rifles.
This town feels quiet in the wrong kind of way. Every shadow keeps a secret it won't say. Dust on my boots, but the weight's in my chest. Searching for answers that won't let me rest. Wind on the track sounding almost like a prayer. But the night keeps whispering things I can't bear. And I've been running from ghosts of my own, trying to turn all this iron to bone. And the smoke keeps rising, calling me somewhere I can't hide. It feels like the truth is burning just beneath the other side. I'm held by the smoke, lost in the haze, trying to breathe through these darker days. I walk through the quiet with fire in my mind, chasing a light I'm afraid I won't find. Held by the smoke, but I keep moving anyway. Sometimes I see her standing close in the dim. I calm through the fear, though the world's wearing thin. She doesn't know how a voice breaks the code, how a single touch can steady my hope. But I'm just a man wrestling ghosts in the dark, trying to follow this flickering spark. The road keeps shifting like sand in my head. Still I move forward because I must stay. And the smoke keeps rising, calling me toward a deeper truth. I don't know where it leads yet, but I can't ignore the proof. I'm held by the smoke, lost in the haze, trying to breathe through these darker days. I walk through the quiet with fire in my mind, chasing a light I'm afraid I won't find. Held by the smoke, but I keep moving anyway. If I falter, if I fall, I'll face whatever night may call. And if she walks beside me still, that strength I never learned